All right, happy day. Appreciate you. Thanks for joining me in today's photo reading session. In this session, we'll be working on our activation step, and we've been working on something fresh. It's a reference book, World Book 1A, a 2019 edition. And so as we've been going through this, it's been slightly different than other books. The photo reading session and prepare and preview session took a little longer. You may have noticed it took about 20 minutes to photo read this book. But don't worry about that. You got through it. You were able to go forward. We did our post view step. You partook with that. And we did it a little differently than typical books, trying to find trigger words. We didn't go for questions involved in this one yet, but make yourself comfortable. Today we're going to activate this book. We're going to go one by one through each of these things I found in the book, just things that I'm interested in. You may want to figure out what you're interested in, and who knows, maybe this little list of ideas will translate and transfer into other photo reading videos, so that you can take an encyclopedia and then branch out and photo read a whole bunch of different topics. So let's get started in our activation step. Of course, if you don't have your whole mind photo reading course yet, you can get it through the description in the link below through me, and you can get started on your whole mind journey yourself. So let's get started. As we open up the book, you can work with whatever book you'd like. If you have this World Book 2019 edition 1A, you can use it as well. Now, just going to go through what I've got to work on. This is obviously just 1A of A to Z, so I'm only working through the letter A right now. Looks like on my list of post view, I've got page numbers as well as names of stuff. Looks like I want to look more into the abolition movement, the Afghanistan, Africa, agriculture, air, Akita, Albania, Andes Mountains, animals, architecture, astronauts, Atlanta, Australia, aviation, and Aztec. Now, obviously, those are just trigger words, keywords to look up more information. This book will only give me a broad overview on these subjects, so it's not going to take too long. We will use things such as skittering, super reading, dipping, and photo reading. So just be aware that this may be different than any other book you've done before, and it's okay to apply this information in a different way. If you want to take notes, go ahead. If you want to create a mind map while doing your activation step, go ahead. I think with this, I'm going to take a few notes. You're open to mind map if you'd like to on this journey, or guided by a few notes. You may have like a date or a reason to move forward to the next thing. If you want to grow even more on these subjects, highly recommended to photo read on each subject independently so you can grow. Now I'm going to hop right in because I feel prepared. I've put myself into a photo focus state prior to this. So as I said, I know I'm a master photo reader. I am intentional. I am in a photo focus state. You put yourself in that state as well. And as I jump into the abolition movement, I want to know what it is, when it began, and why. So the abolition movement was to end slavery. That's good to know. All right. Looks like back in the 1700s and 1800s is when it was hopefully it's kind of silly, this movement. You can always think of information the way you'd like to and move forward on information the way you want. There's people that it was led by. This is a very, very basic understanding of the abolition movement. A lot of important names, like Frederick Douglass, which is, that man wrote an amazing book that everyone should read or listen to from his point of view. There is certainly a lot of people to learn about the abolition movement. Maybe you would want to know more about the Underground Railroad. And yeah, so this is a great place. Harriet Tubman, great names to be known and to be studied. So the abolition movement happened, well, I mean, early, but it's truly began 1861 during the American Civil War. So in the 13th Amendment, it helped the Constitution of the United States in the abolishment of slavery. And we can always continue to do better. Okay, page 96. Now, obviously, I would like to know more about the abolition movement, so I'm going to possibly look for a book on that subject and move on to get a little more in-depth information. PhotoRead at a more in-depth level of articulation on the subject. So pop forward, and you may be going at a different pace or in a different way, as I want to learn more about Afghanistan. I'm going to simply go through each page as I feel PhotoRead the length. Simple 3 pages. It's really great to know that you can do it this way. You can check in of Afghanistan. It talks about the government, it's got facts, it's got people, the ancestry, ways of life. You can get to know the region, Pakistan being south, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan being north, religion, the education, Islam. What do I really want to know about Afghanistan? Location and its people. See, economy, history, and independence. And the recent developments. So yeah, I'm going to continue from the start. And if you know recent events, you know what's been happening in Afghanistan in recent events. But here we're looking in an encyclopedia, so you get information through an encyclopedia. Get information from multiple sources. Get the information that will provide your most accurate description and understanding. So Afghanistan has a constitution. So when was Afghanistan founded? Hey, the national anthem, Milli Surud. And if it seems like it's just note-taking, then fine. Let it be note-taking. If it feels like you're gaining something more from what you're looking at, then Excellent. Do that. Again, mind map is a perfect way to discuss and integrate more and more and more. And get your information from several places. Not like one place is going to give you the best information. Looks like it's east of Iran. If you want location, that might help. You might get something out of it if you're just looking for location. There's a lot of recent history, as it seems to be. As it averages a pretty nice temperature throughout the year, similar to in America, Colorado. It doesn't seem like there's much suitable farming land, so it's not perfect for agriculture. There's history. As early as 100,000 years ago. I mean, that's pretty cool. There's hunters. About 6,000 years ago. Looks like farming has been part of Afghanistan, which is very cool. It's amazing how much we affect the world in such a small amount of time. And anyways, so that's that. Let's see. Africa. You know, it's funny. I have Africa up in page 130, and it starts page 98. It's like a full 40 pages. Now, what do you want to learn from Africa? Exactly, is the question, right? So, I would assume I want to know maybe how many different kinds of people live in Africa. Kinds of people. How many different languages are in Africa? Okay, so it seems to have quite the quite the work to be had here. And as you see, you can go about this for as long as you want to get the information you would like from activating the book that you have. Whew. So I do know this. It's 1/5 of the world's population. That's pretty cool. There's 54 independent countries. Which is what, is that a third or something, like a little, maybe a quarter of the countries in the world? There you go. We've got a political map, I guess. A locations map. Here's the names of all the countries. I met some people from Zambia, Zimbabwe, Nigeria, and Ethiopia, and Egypt. I'm sure you met many people in your life too, but it's quite amazing to know that so many people come from so many places, and yet we can all be comfortably considered earthlings. It's like a not everywhere is suitable to live. Oh, here we go. See if I can answer any of my questions. Like how many people, I got how many people, so how many different languages. Here we go. How many different languages? 1,000 to 1,000 languages. That's cool, you know? These are just basic things, but you can go as deep into it as you'd like. There are religions. Many different religions in every country, obviously. What kind of food and drink? Let's see. Couscous is always fun and good. Goat, lamb, and chicken. Is there a good education? So it's continuing to grow. Seems like farming is a big part of African culture and sports. Seems very enjoyable. The arts, very beautiful. And art is a different place for sure. Dance, the land. You know, it might be interesting to get to know more about Africa, its people, its lands, everything about it. Let's move forward because it's gonna take a while. How many animals? How many animals are in Africa? Has thousands of species of animals, reptiles, amphibians, fishes, birds, and insects. So very cool. If you're looking at specific animals, there we go. You can jump into any information you really want. Okay, jumping forward, agriculture. What do I want to know about agriculture? That's the thing. When did it begin? Agriculture. When did it begin in the world? How about? Apparently. It's not. Apparently agriculture education happened during the late 1800s, but that doesn't tell me when agriculture actually became a thing. It just says about America, how it became a thing in America. So, Not getting what I wanted out of that. That's not a concern. If there is something more to learn about agriculture, there's hopefully a book on the subject, but it looks like this one is focused more on in the United States, and then I don't think that's where agriculture began, and I'm not gonna presume it at all. So I'm not gonna be able to answer that question, unfortunately. And that's okay. Oh, maybe I was just one page away. Let's see. I could probably answer that. Agriculture, when did it begin? Hunter-gatherers, about 10,000 years ago. No. That's okay. As you grow in your own way, you'll find this information. You'll come across it more and more and more. Moving forward, I'd like to know more about air, what it is, why is it important? It's a mixture of gases that surround the Earth. Now, if you're using a mind map to activate this book, good for you. Continue to work on it. So air is often used interchangeably with the word atmosphere. So when we think air, we're thinking about our atmosphere, everything that touches the ground. Atmosphere obviously refers to the air and all the elements in the air, such as clouds, dust, and smoke. What is air? Air consists of a mixture of gases that extend from Earth's surface to outer space. It's a great mixture of different things. Pollutions as well. You know, we all send out pollutants emitted off heat or gases. Ooh, there's moisture to air. So humidity in air. Moisture, there's certain particles in the air. Aerosol has the tiniest of particles, 0.1 micrometers in diameter. So many different things. Sulfur, microbes, sunlight creates movement in air. There's weight and pressured air. There's an instrument called the barometer. It's used to measure air pressure. The barometer. Air movements. Can learn a lot more about air here. Or maybe there's more information on air and like levels of atmosphere, you know, possible layers of atmosphere. If we want to know more of those, there's the troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, and thermosphere. 4 different layers going from tropos, strata, meso, and so on, exo. So there are definitely things you can learn, like certain clouds that in the air at certain levels. Cirrus clouds, for example, sit in the troposphere. And that's pretty cool. So that means there's very few clouds higher. And it looks like where the meteors fall in the air is the mesosphere. Anywho, cool, that's very exciting. So there's a lot to learn in air. If you want to, you can continue to grow on that. There's a study of air. So there's a whole bunch. What are they studying air for, you know? Okay, origin of the atmosphere, if you really want, 2.4 billion years ago, oxygen began to accumulate in the atmosphere. As you continue to move on, you're starting to pick up this information at a fast rate. You may have come across so much more than you thought you knew, or more than you originally could know. Now, the Akita looks like as a dog originated in northern Japan, which is beautiful. It's a part-time dog groomer. It's fun. Dogs are so beautiful. Responsive guard dogs. They can come, I like that they're developed in Japan. It has a short coat, which is nice. Can maybe be any color. As we go on, we got Albania, 308. There's so much to learn, so don't be worried if what you're learning has nothing to do with what I'm currently looking through and going through right now. Now, it looks like Albania is just west of Macedonia, and just northwest of Greece, which is beautiful. Albania is just east of Italy, which is amazing. There's 2 groups of people in Albania, the Gegs and the Tosks. That's interesting. Tosks, cool. There's about 50,000 in Albania, 8 cities. There's 8 cities in Albania. Huh. Looks like there's an official language, Albanian, which is amazing. Hopefully you're all doing well there. Looks like there's agriculture there, mining and manufacturing. The lek is the money, economy, internal. Let's see. You can learn a lot about these places, history, land, their independence, or how they fought in World War II, communist control in 1944. And then of communist rule in 1991. Skanderberg is Albania's national hero. And just have fun with what you're learning, because if you really wanted to learn everything in the world, well, be sure you get out and talk about it, because I'm sure someone's going to be very interested in what you have to say, and maybe even give you something you did not know before, which can always be very beneficial for both people. You know, that those that teach learn, and those that learn should someday teach those that don't know. Let's see, where are we? Andes Mountains? Is that page 444? Maybe. No, I think I missed it. I got the amphibians. The Andes Mountains. Aha! And my page is messed up. Let's see. I think I just threw down a page. Andes Mountains, here we go. Just a small little thing. We're almost through it all. If we need to quit here, that's okay. You can finish this at your own time. This is how this process goes. Just have fun going through it. Get to know it at your own pace. Spanish for mountain chain. That's cool. I didn't know about that. It's divided in 3 segments: southern, central, and northern. And yeah, there's glaciers, lakes, rivers, volcanoes, and earthquakes. Looks like it goes down the entire west side of South America. Very cool. Animals. As you know, you can continue to go at your own pace. Animals, as we go through, have fun with this. A book like this is going to take some time. If you want to go in depth and read every word for word, or skitter, or super read, or dip, or photo read, or mind map, in your activation process, have fun with it. It's really only going to show up as if you show up to help it. Now, as I go forward, I think I'm going to go through each one of these, and we'll do a photo reading video on each one, trying to cultivate a little more knowledge on these topics. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more things to go through, but it's your place to go and continue on in your photo reading journey. When we open up encyclopedias, reference books, and such stuff like that, this game kind of changes. We have to photo read for a little bit longer because it's a bigger place. Then we may have to figure out what topics we want to work on, whether it's very specific right away. Then you can photo read that section off the bat and start from there. Or maybe it's not so specific and you just really want to grow in your own personal knowledge about anything. You may take just a little longer in time. So as you go through your each one, go through photo read, skitter, super read, dip, all these sections, and then go out there and syntopic read on these topics. You know, if you want to get to know more about agriculture, get a few books on agriculture, dive into it, see where the connections are, you know, and find out your truth, you know, find out what it is you're asking about. If there's a question, there's an answer. If there isn't an answer yet, ask a better question. You might come up with your answer soon. Now, yeah, I'm going to continue this, but as you decide to go at your own pace, you can continue at your own pace. This is where we'll end today's photo reading video. Activation can happen for a lifetime, and it's really nice that information is available for us to actually go through. So if you don't have your whole mind, photo reading whole mind course yet, you can get it through me in the description in the link below. And keep at it, my friends. Enjoy your reading. There's a lot of room for you to know what you want to know. And it's just waiting for you to go out there and find it and liberate it and light it up for yourself. So have fun reading, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Happy day. I'll see you soon. Aloha.